Hello! Hello everybody! Welcome to this evening's opportunity event. Thank you so much for being here, first of all. I'm going to run through some kind of housekeeping and the agenda with you first. And that will kind of give you some explanation on what we're going to be talking about this evening. So thank you so much for being here. We are super grateful that you've given up a little while of your time this evening to listen to what we've got to say. I hope you're kind of comfy on the sofa. Maybe you've got a glass of wine, cup of tea. You might want a notepad and maybe a pen. And if you kind of, when you're listening to what I've got to say, if you've got any questions whatsoever, feel free to pop them in the thread. Tag in the person that invited you. So if I invited you, tag me in. If somebody else has invited you, please tag them in too. And then we can work with you and make sure all your questions get answered. So hello. Thank you so much for being here. I have got loads of notes. So if you see me kind of looking to the side, I have notes because I want to make sure that I cover as much as I can with you this evening and give you lots of information to take away, to consider, to think about, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, you decide Scentsy is for you. So once again, thank you for being here. I'm going to start off this evening talking to you a little bit about why I joined. Now, I'm not going to go into major detail because I don't want to take too much time off, but if you're interested in why I joined and you want to hear the whole of my story, then go on to my business page, Hollingdales Home Sense. There is actually a video on there that talks about all about, you know, why I joined and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to kind of find out a little bit more, then feel free to visit my business page to find out the whole story. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of brief this evening. Then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what Scentsy can do for you, okay? What's in it for you? Because it's important that you know the reasons that you want to do Scentsy, why you want to join, okay? So we're going to talk about what's in it for you. We're going to talk a little bit about how Scentsy and how we can support you. So you can then make a decision based on kind of facts and information that makes you feel comfortable and secure in making that decision, rather than just a flippant decision with no kind of backbone to it. So I'm going to try and share with you how we can support you in your Scentsy journey. And I'm going to kind of then give you some ideas on how to get started. Because again, you know, when we're thinking about doing something like this, we probably have a million things go through our head. And if you're anything like me, it's very easy to let doubt creep in, okay? It's very easy to kind of sabotage your own success by thinking, but what if, and what if I can't do that, and what if I can't do that, and what if nobody buys, what if nobody does this, what if nobody... So I want to kind of talk to you about the really simple strategies that work, okay? They're proven, they work, that will help you get started on your Scentsy journey. Then once I finished kind of waffling and you finished listening to me, we have some amazing videos that I would love for you to watch. They are members of our team. They're going to talk to you. They're very short videos, so don't worry, it's not going to take up loads of your time. But members of our team that want to talk to you a little bit about why they decided to join Scentsy, what they love about Scentsy, and maybe give you some ideas on why you should join, okay, from their perspective. So you're not just going to hear from me, you're going to hear from lots of other people as well. Okay, so shall we get started? Shall we get started? I'm so excited. I'm so glad that people are here. So hello everybody. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the nitty gritty now. Before I go into facts and figures and numbers and kind of saying, oh, this is possible and la 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 la, I want to say to you that I have actually popped the income disclosure statement in the top of this heading. So on this post, as you're seeing me right at the top, there's a little bit of information for you, and it basically says that the results that you will achieve in your Scentsy journey are down to you. No two consultants are the same. However, what I can tell you is lots of information from experience, from nearly 6 years of doing Scentsy in this company, with this business, growing myself and a team, what is possible, okay? So I can't guarantee that you are going to be a millionaire by next year. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great? But what I can guarantee is that you're going to go away with lots of information, food for thought, ideas that are going to whiz around your head, and that hopefully you will want to be part of what we do. Okay, so let's talk about what Scentsy can do for you. Why would you want to join? Okay, so let's think about, when I was thinking about this, I was kind of thinking about what people normally have said to me. So when somebody's joined my team or joined our group and we have conversations, these are the kind of reasons that real life consultants join. Okay, so you might want to treat the kids more, okay? You might be in a position where you're struggling and you want a little bit more expendable income and you want to take the kids to the park and buy them ice creams. You might want to take them out for a day trip, you know, to maybe one of these kind of theme parks and what have you. And maybe you just want to earn some extra money so you can treat them to days out or some new clothes or a new bike or whatever the case may be, okay? You might even want to treat yourself, okay? Normally, and this is kind of a bit stereotypical, so I apologise if I don't want to offend anybody, but normally mums do everything, and sometimes dads as well, do everything for the kids and put themselves last, okay? And being a Scentsy consultant and earning extra income can really give you that hour out, whether you go off and take yourself off for a massage, you put the money towards having your nails done, or you go and get a haircut, or you go and buy yourself some new clothes. Treating yourself, this might be the way that you achieve that, okay? And everything else then obviously goes to the kids, but it's a way for you to have something for yourself that maybe you don't have at the moment. It could be a way to save for a holiday. Holidays are expensive, especially if you are unfortunate and you have to take your holidays in school holiday time. They are just really super expensive. So you might want to do Scentsy and save your money to put towards a lovely family holiday. You might be learning to drive, or you might be thinking, I really do need to get a new car, and you could be saving that money towards a car, or you could be using your income to pay for a car, okay? It could be that you've been living in rented accommodation for ages and you just want to buy your own house, okay? So you might be, again, using your Scentsy money to save for a deposit for a house. You might be, bearing in mind we've just come through Christmas, you might have struggled this Christmas, okay, and you might be in a little bit of debt, okay, you might have some money on the credit card, or you might have took out a loan, or you might have really struggled, okay, and having that extra income from Scentsy can really help to pay off the bills, pay off the debts, or make sure you don't get into that position in the first place. So having that little bit of flexibility from that extra income can really, really help. It might be that you are doing your house up, okay? You want a new kitchen, you want a new lounge, you want some new furniture, you want some new beds. These things are not cheap, okay? So it might be that you just want to earn some extra income so you can start doing your house up. It might be that your kids are all kind of going, oh mum, we want to learn to record, I want to go to football, I want to go to ballet, I want to go swimming, and you're kind of looking at all these after school clubs and thinking, crikey, like I need a second income to pay for these. Well, that's where Scentsy can really step in. It could be that you want something really simple, you just want to go for meals out. Once a week, you just want to take the whole family out so you don't have to cook. It could be that you are a working parent, mum or dad, and you are not maybe in the most amazing job that you would have dreamed of when you were younger. You're in a kind of a job that you just get on with, and you have this idea that if you could just earn a little bit of money, you might be able to drop some hours at work, you might be able to drop a day at work, and kind of balance it out with what you're earning with Scentsy. It could be that actually what you're earning at work is not that much and you could potentially be earning more with Scentsy, and that would give you more freedom and more flexibility with childcare and things like that. So these are all different reasons that people really, really often say to me, this is why I joined, okay? So I don't know if any of those resonate with you, but for me, they really resonate. They're all things that I have heard time and time again from people that are joining Scentsy. So let's talk a little bit about how. how can Scentsy work for you? How does it fit in? Because I've heard every reason why somebody shouldn't join over the years, every reason. And I'm going to talk a little bit about me and my story with this part, okay? So one of the biggest reasons I hear people say, oh, I can't join. Why? Oh, I don't really have the time, or I work full time, or I've got kids. They're the biggest reasons that people kind of use as an excuse, okay? And I want to kind of say that isn't the case. And I want to talk to you a little bit about my story here. So when I joined Scentsy in 2016, February, and I had got another business. I was a full-time beauty and holistic therapist. And I absolutely loved my job, However, I'd been through a bit of a rough patch with a previous business, and I was not feeling great. I was suffering with anxiety. I was suffering with panic attacks. I really felt like my world had closed in. I was just about hanging on working. In fact, working with my clients was actually keeping me sane as far as I could see. And I loved what I did. I absolutely loved what I did, but I felt my world was really small. Now, I don't have kids, so I kind of literally was getting up, going downstairs, having breakfast, getting showered, putting my uniform on, going out and doing my job, coming home, watching telly. I just wasn't seeing my friends. Again, friends working, friends got kids, not available. And the older you get, the kind of less your social life can become. And I'd kind of got into this rut where I felt my world was really, really small. And I was just on Facebook all the time, just scrolling, looking at everyone having a lovely life, because that's what it looks like on social media. And this woman caught my attention. I can't remember how we kind of got together on Facebook. I don't know who friend requested who, but basically I was watching her as she, when she was doing her post, I was seeing her posting, and she was going out for tea and cake, okay, with people. And that was right on my radar, because I was like, I just want to go out with my friends and have tea and cake. That was kind of, I just felt really, really lonely. So to me, that captured my attention. Like, how is she like working and always out with tea and cake? And as I kind of got more familiar with her kind of posts and what she was doing, she was having team meetings. And she was seeing this teamie in Starbucks, that teamie in another coffee shop, and so forth. And I just thought, oh, wow, what an amazing job you have. And then as I kind of got more familiar with what she did, I realised she didn't work 9 till 5. And I kind of sort of looked into it, and she was a Scentsy Consultant. And I was like, what Scentsy? And I had never heard of it, never heard of Scentsy ever. And I was kind of like, well, what is that? Carried on watching her for almost a year. And eventually I kept seeing her going to events and out and about and winning this and doing that and having this lovely life. And I saw her going on holiday, and she was going, I've earned this for free. And I was like, how can you earn holidays for free? There's got to be a catch. Cynic. I'm a bit of a cynic. So I was there's got to be a catch. What's she doing? What's the kind of consequence of this? She must be having to do something she doesn't want to do. Anyway, I kind of stopped doing my own head in, and I just messaged her and I said, hi, how are you? I've been following you for ages. What is Scentsy? What are you doing? What's all this all about? And we basically had a conversation. And she told me, this is Scentsy, it's home fragrance, it's direct selling, she works whenever, wherever she wants, she's got a daughter, she doesn't have another job, this is what she does, and she sells and she does parties and she does baskets and she works online, and she's grown a team just by sharing the opportunity with other people. She's won a holiday, la 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 la. And I was like, wow. And then that anxiety and kind of self-worth kicked in with me, questioning but you couldn't do that, Elena. No, you couldn't do that. You don't have the confidence. You don't know anybody. You work for yourself at home. You don't have any employees you see. You hardly see your friends. Your circle is so small. You don't have a big family. There's no way you can do this because you lack confidence. And I was kind of like, I really love the idea, but I just can't do that. That is just like too much pressure. So I kind of sat back on the conversation. And then a little while later, I was watching her and she kind of I was just like, I do like the idea of this, but can I do it my way? Can I do it how I want? Can I do it in a way there's no pressure? So I messaged her again and said, listen, I'm really interested in Scentsy. I'm kind of, thinking about maybe getting a couple of products. And the conversation kind of went on and she said, listen, why don't I drop you round a borrow basket? I didn't know what one of those was, but I said, yeah, that's great. And she came in my house and she dropped this borrow basket off and she was explaining how to use a warmer and all this kind of stuff. And I was a little bit like, oh my good God, what is all of this? I was used to glass jar candles. This was just like, whoa, loads of stuff. And then she turned around to me and this was the moment that, to me, why I needed to change from glass jar candles to Scentsy. This was the pivotal moment for me that captured me. And she said, Elena, she said, you've got a glass jar candle on your fireplace. And I said, yeah. And she said, where's the wax gone? And I went, ooh, I don't know. Because I wasn't expecting to be asked a question about a candle. She went, well, where do you think it's gone? I went, I don't know, I've burnt it. She went, yeah, but where's it gone when you've burnt it? I went, I don't know. And I felt like a real idiot because I thought, well, I don't know, I've never really thought about it and no one's ever asked me about it. I just light it and it smells nice. I'm having a nice evening and that's job done kind of thing. And she said, oh, Eleanor, well, you've burnt it 1,500 degrees under a live flame. Everything that was in that jar, the wax, the fragrance, any toxins, any chemicals, you've burnt it. It's all gone into the atmosphere. And potentially you've breathed some of it in. Potentially it's landed on your home furnishings. Potentially it's got onto your wall. And she said, and let alone the soot that's probably on the ceiling that's starting to build up. I was like, wow. Not considered that. And the irony is, about 2 or 3 weeks before this happened, I had watched a documentary. And this documentary was, in brief, it was all about chemicals in the home and how we don't realise what we have in our homes and how we use day-to-day things, but we don't realise the effect it has on the air that we breathe and how it affects the human body and how dangerous and toxic our homes actually were. And it was a documentary, and part of that documentary showed the levels of toxicity in our homes from using candles. And it kind of all just was whizzing around in my head at that moment when she asked me where the wax had gone. I was like, oh, I hadn't really thought about this. I'd watched that programme, it hadn't clicked. Oh, wow. So when she was explaining to me about how Scentsy wax stays in the dish, it isn't burnt, it's warmed. It doesn't contain chemicals and nasties. There is no soot. You can turn it off every time you leave the room, the house, without having to blow things out or worry you've left a live flame on. It all just made sense. That penny just dropped. And regardless of what I was going to do next, I was absolutely going to buy something. So I basically was left with this basket. I fell in love with the products and I contacted her and I was saying, how do I order? And I kind of got a list of what I was going to order. And when I was in that process of going to sort of type the message to say I want to order this, I had flicked through the brochure. And the brochure that I had, this goes to show how long ago it was an upside down brochure. So half the brochure was up that way and the other half was upside down. So you had to turn the brochure around to look through the second half. Really quirky. And basically I had looked past and I had found this picture of this starter kit. And this starter kit had got so many products in it. And I sort of clocked it and I was like, oh, if I spend this much on those 2 products and those bars, or I could spend less and I can get the whole of that kit. So my kind of business brain and my kind of shopper mentality kicked in and I was like, well, that's a better deal. But if I ask her about the starter kit, am I going to get bombarded into joining? Am I going to get pressured? Is it going to make me feel anxious? Because I don't want any of that in my life. I've got enough of that. I just want to buy the kit and run. So I sent her a message and I basically said, look, this is the case. I've seen the kit. Can I buy the kit? Can I take the kit and run? Is there any pressure? And she basically said, yeah, just buy the kit. See how you feel. There's no pressure, there's no sales targets. I'm not going to tell you got to do this. I'm not going to tell you got to do parties. You do what feels right for you. Okay. Okay. So I kind of thought about it for a little while and then I went and I did it. I joined, I bought the kit, and that was the start of how my life completely changed. So that's how I got into Scentsy. And at the time, like I said, I had a very small circle of friends and a minute family. I didn't have any work colleagues. I don't have any kids. I have no mum's kind of network. And I had no confidence, suffered with anxiety and couldn't even take myself to the corner shop. So how was I ever going to sell a single product, okay? Do you know what? It was in the lap of the gods. That's kind of how I felt. I felt, look, I'll take the kit. If I sell nothing, I sell nothing. If I sell something, great. And literally when the kit arrived, one of my friends was around my house, I was diving in, getting really excited, telling her all about this, that and the other. And by the time she left, she'd placed an order. Okay? And the rest, they say, is history. I remember saying to her, I don't want a team, I don't want any pressure. Now I've got an international team. I don't have any pressure. No one tells me what to do. Nobody tells me how to run my day. Nobody tells me how to run my business. Nobody tells me how to run my team. I work when I want, how I want, where I want, with who I want. And it is just an absolute blessing. And people that don't understand direct selling are missing a trick, because this is a no risk investment. I have opened beauty salons and training academies, high street, bricks and mortar, rental agreements, okay? I've had business rates, electricity, water, gas, staffing fees, tax, national insurance, you name it, okay? I have done opening big, proper high street businesses, okay? You can't do that for £85 for the main starter kit. You certainly can't do it for the £50 host join kit or less. You're talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pounds to open a business, okay? So the traditional business mentality is, well, I've got to have bricks and mortars, I've got to have a website, I've got to have this, I've got to have that, I've got to spend all this money. But actually, you've got to ask yourself, is it more savvy to join on this kind of business level where the investment is minimal and you get paid commission, no strings attached, on what you choose to do within that business? To me, it's genius. And I've done both. I've done both. If I knew back in 2004 what I know now, I would have done this years ago. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of kind of background into me and the sort of things that we think about when we're considering doing something like this. So flexible working, is a major draw. So you can do Scentsy in your spare time, you can do it in evenings, at weekends, you can do it while the kids are in school, even if you're having a lunch hour, you're at work, you can do a little bit of Scentsy. You know, you can do it in the car when the kids are playing football. Scentsy is completely flexible. As long as you've got Wi-Fi or you've got your phone to text and to call, you can do Scentsy, okay? So, you know, a lot of people on this team and in our group work full time, have kids. Some people have like 4 or 5 kids and work full time and commute. Some people are purely stay at home mums or dads. Okay, so there's a massive array of people. And also, don't be misled that direct selling is just for mums that don't work, okay? Because actually we've got professionals in this group. We've got people that have got degrees, that are accountants, you name it, okay? This is not about your education. This is not about your social situation. This is about doing something for you, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a business, and allowing yourself to take it and run with it and go wherever you want to go with it. The sky literally is the limit. So I've said you can work wherever, whenever. You can choose how much time you spend on Scentsy. No one's going to say you must do so many hours a day. You know, you can spend as little or as much time on Scentsy as you choose to. You can work anywhere there's Wi-Fi, so like I've said, you know, all those different areas, but also, you know, you might want to work in a coffee shop, you might want to meet your friends, and just before you meet them, sit down, send a few messages. If you are not well, you can still work from your bed or on the sofa. You can work in the garden. I mean, literally, you can go on holiday, you can work if you want to. It's literally, we are in 2021, almost 2022. So literally, the way that we do business now is a whole different world away from how we did business in the year 2000 and in the 1990s. We are in an amazing time where things are just developing on a day-to-day basis that completely enlighten us within the business industry. There are opportunities that present themselves daily, and it's up to you whether you go for them. It's up to you whether you choose to use different platforms, different methods, different ways, different strategies, whether you just want to stay with the basic business model of doing parties, giving out baskets, or whether you want to take your business to a whole different level and begin to grow it on an exponential level. So also things that can benefit you are adventure. Adventure completely. You can earn free holidays, and I know that's going to sound a bit like yeah, right, there are people in this group who've earned free holidays, okay? It can be done. It doesn't mean you're going to earn them for sitting on your bum doing nothing, okay? And you probably, in truth, won't earn them if you're doing Scentsy as a hobby. However, if you choose to really kind of network and build a customer base and grow your business, and that means recruiting and sponsoring people into your business, helping them to have fun being, you know, a hobbyist or growing their businesses, then you start to build an amazing business. And when you do that, you can start to work towards the incentives that Scentsy offer us, and it is free holidays, okay? All inclusive, and I'm not talking cheap as chips. I am talking luxury, okay? Luxury 5-star all-inclusive holidays. We've had cruises, we've had Mexico, we've had all over the world, safaris. I mean, you name it, it's there, okay? You have to choose if that's what you want. If you don't want it, don't worry about it, okay? You can also have adventure by attending events. So we have SFR, which is a global event where you can actually go to any SFR around the world and you can meet consultants from all over the world. They are amazing. And we also have World Tour, which are smaller events that kind of country orientated. But again, you can get to meet up with team members, consultants that you know are on your team, but maybe live at the other end of the country. It's a chance to actually go and see them and do something with them and be part of something. And obviously lots of directors run team meetings and get-togethers and coffee and cake and Prosecco nights and pizza nights and all the different things. So there's an opportunity there to really kind of have an adventure for yourself to see where you want to go in 2022, where you want to develop yourself into. You know, we get so preconditioned by society and parents and education that you do all of that and you go and get a job and you do that job until you retire. Okay, why are you not here for more? Okay, why don't you want more? Why don't you dare to dream bigger dreams? Why don't you see actually what this world can give you? You're only here once, so why not absolutely go for it? One of the other amazing things Scentsy can do for you is help you to grow beautiful relationships with people, meet new friends, find friends for life. And what's really amazing by being in a community like this is like attracts like. And you will find that people will talk to you, want to know you, want to do things with you, want to share ideas with you, cheerlead you. And you know what? You don't get that in a lot of 9-to-5 jobs. How often do people come up to you in the day and go, oh my God, well done, that is amazing? It's so rare these days. You have to wait for your annual, you know, review or appraisal. And talking about friendships, you know, we've had a tough 18 months plus now, and lots of people have suffered with isolation, lots of people have suffered with loneliness, and this is something that brings people together where there is a sense of community. And like I say, like attracts like, so people are there for each other. They know because they're doing the same thing, they're interested and passionate in the same thing as you. So you will always have that kind of comrade, you'll always have that community feel, somewhere to go to. That's for you, okay? So building relationships is beautiful. And I think, you know, we can know lots of people, but building those special ones where you just click with somebody and you just know that regardless of Scentsy or not, you're going to be friends, that is magical. Also, what Scentsy can do for you and how you can get involved is having the ability to share beautiful products, okay? We can all go into shops on the high street and we can all find glass jar candles and pillar candles and all sorts of stuff. But here's the thing, okay? We are very much more aware of well-being these days. We're very much more attuned into the air that we breathe and that we want our homes to be safe. We want our kids to be breathing in safe air, okay, as much as possible. We've got our eye on pollution. We don't want to be worrying about flames and soot and toxins and chemicals and all those nasties that are in candles, okay? And you've only got to go and take yourself off to a supermarket, look at your candles, look at your jars, and look underneath all the hazards, okay? Look at what is included in those products to know that Scentsy has just found its niche. There is no comparison. There's nothing else out there that competes with us at all on a global level, okay? Because we sell safety. We are all about safe scents, safe home fragrance, okay? You know, like I said, all those kind of live flames and toxins and chemicals are so kind of 1990 to 2000. We're 2021. We want to know what we've got in our homes is safe, is not going to cause irritation or anything nasty to anybody within the home. We want to know that our homes are safe if, you know, we leave our warmer on when we go out. And people are getting much more savvy about what they use. And when you talk to people about safety and about the difference of having a live flame versus a warmer in your home, people just get it. The penny drops. People just go, oh God, never thought about that. I've had a candle in his bedroom every night. Oh my gosh, you know, we kind of then go into a bit of a panic. What have we been doing? I mean, I had glass jar candles on from 7 in the morning to like 9 o'clock at night, every day, day in, day out for years. a dread to think, but for years. And now I feel I will never, ever, ever have a live flame in my home ever again. And I never have since I got Scentsy. So if you're worried about kind of how are you going to sell Scentsy, safety sells, okay? Safety absolutely sells. You'll also get to grow a fantastic customer base, and you know, you'll start off with friends and family, and you know, you'll share the products with them, and it will kind of go one step at a time. You'll chat to somebody, they'll buy something, and then you'll chat to somebody else, and then they'll recommend you to somebody, and before you know it, you're starting to grow a beautiful customer base. And what's lovely about that is that all of those people love the products just as much as you, and that is really fulfilling. It's really, really nice to have that kind of feeling where, oh my god, they get it, they're on the same page, and their homes are going to smell gorgeous. I know that that it's all safe, they're going to feel safe, and it's such a nice feeling to kind of start to grow that customer base and start to realise that actually you've chosen an amazing brand, and although you love it, you can now see that other people totally appreciate where you're coming from. And what's kind of like the icing on the cake is we're that sure about our products, we offer a lifetime guarantee. You can't get that anywhere on the high street. You can't get it anywhere. And knowing that when somebody buys a warmer from you, that they're shopping with complete guarantee, they're shopping knowing that if anything happens to that warmer, if it breaks, if it has a fault, which is so rare, but if it does, there's no quibble, they just replace it for you. You can't get that anywhere else. So we are that assured of these products. We know what we sell. I mean, we've literally just turned over $1 billion, okay? $1 billion in 2021. So we know that Scentsy sells, okay? Now, when you become a Scentsy consultant, Scentsy will support you in your growth. Now, whether you want to do Scentsy as a hobby or whether you want to do Scentsy as a business, you're fully supported, and it doesn't matter what you choose to do. What you choose to do is what you choose to do, okay? No one's going to say, oh, you should do this and you should do that. Yes, of course, if we see something in you that shouts, I'm a budding entrepreneur, we'll encourage you to explore it, but ultimately it's completely your choice what you do. And Scentsy supports you fully, whether you're doing it as a hobby or whether you're growing a business. And we have loads and loads of training, we've got loads of support, loads of guidance. You can really decide how you want to do things, and you can start small and slow, and you can grow to whatever size you want to when you want to. Think back to what I said, when I joined, I didn't want a team. I didn't really know anyone to sell it to. And now I've got an international team, okay? And I'm a cynic. I'm the sort of person who goes, but will it work? And then proof that it can. And I'm not a big recruiter, and I am not the best seller, okay? I have just literally shared my passion with people and my belief in the product. So if I can do it, anyone can do it. So, if you think, I'm going to do this as a hobby, and you do it for a couple of years, maybe when the kids are young, and you start to realise, actually, I've got a really good customer base. I'm earning like a pretty decent amount of money. I've had a few people want to join, and you start to realise there's a potential, there's an income potential there. Then you can choose at any point to level up your business and begin to work it as a business, okay? So you can completely do that and do it knowing that this is a proven business model, okay? So many people have come before you that, started as a kidnapper, started as a hobbyist, started with doubt, started with a lack of confidence, didn't believe in the system, didn't believe in themselves. Then with time, they've learned and they've realised that actually it's good to go. You can go with it wherever you want. You can go global, you can stay in your own country, you can grow your business to whatever size you like. and know that it's been done before, and it will be done many times in the future. So you've got that really kind of strong, you know, ethos, that business, proven business model that you can rely on. It works, okay? So let's move on. How does Scentsy, your sponsor, your director, us, our team, the groups, how do we support you specifically on your journey? What's in it for you? How do we support you? What do you get? So here's the nitty gritty. I'm going to run through these quite quickly for you. Let me just do a chime check. Okay, we're good. So, like I said kind of earlier on, this is a business that's everything is done for you, okay? Everything, all you got to do is sell it. So all the designing, the manufacturing, the shipping, all the marketing, all the training, everything is done for you. All you got to do, sell, and if you want to team build, sponsor. That's it, okay? So you've got all of the hard work done for you. We provide all the tools that you could possibly need. So whether you're doing Scentsy as a hobby, or whether you want to do it as an entrepreneur, as a business, you have access 24/7 to everything you need. Training documents, training videos, content, images, inspiration, you name it, mentoring, coaching, business training, everything is available to you. You just choose whether you want it or not. Obviously, you're going to get paid commission. Whoop, whoop. That's what we're in it for. So you're going to get paid by Scentsy on every single thing you sell. So if you're just doing it as a selling kind of hobby, then you're going to get paid on everything that you sell. Pretty good. And if you decide to grow a business, if you decide to share the opportunity with people, whether that's 2 people or 2,000 people, you're going to get paid by Scentsy bonuses on every single member in your team's sales. Pretty good, hey? Pretty good. You get to sell and promote and share and talk about over 80 warmers. Over 80 warmers. Over 85 bars of wax, diffusers, licensed products. We're licensed with Disney and Marvel. I mean, you've got unique products that cannot be found anywhere else in the world to work with. We've got laundry range, car range, clean range, body range, on the go range. I mean, literally, there is something for everybody, and a budget and a price for everyone's pocket, okay? You also get a fully operational, secure website. You didn't have to design it, you didn't have to work out what you need on it, it's all done for you, okay? So you can share your website with anyone in the UK, they can shop with you. Easy, send them the link, off they go, they shop. Just like you would if you were going to shop on, you know, New Look or M&S or Tesco's, wherever, for whatever you want, you get your own website, fully operational within about 30 minutes of joining. Plus, if you want to share the business opportunity with people in different countries, guess what? You can. And your website allows you to do that. So it's an amazing, amazing tool, okay? Can you imagine the thousands of pounds it costs if you were setting up a bricks and mortar business? If you're going to set up a proper website, this is done for you. Obviously, I've talked about commission on sales. You can earn between 20 and 30% on sales. You will never ever pay for Scentsy full price ever again when you become a consultant. I mean, if that's not an incentive, I don't know what is. And you can build your orders up, and your sponsor will show you how to do this, so you can earn free Scentsy and half price Scentsy with orders, okay? So there's lots of perks, okay? So even if you're doing this as a hobby, you can just do this just to get your own free and half price, okay? So it's a perfect way to move from paying full price to paying a discount, okay? If you love awards and recognition, if you've got a bit of fire in your belly and you love a little bit of kind of inner competition, then there are awards that you can strive for yourself, okay? You're not competing against anybody else, it's just for you. Shooting Star Award is something you can work towards in your first 15 days. You can get an enhanced kit, you can get certificates, charms, recognition, all sorts of things. Sensational Star Award, now this is when we get free shopping, okay? Sensational Star Award you can earn within the first 70 days of starting. There's 3 levels. You get certificates, lapel pins, charms, get lots of recognition, but you also get, on each level you achieve, free Scentsy. Level 1 you get £50 and 50p free Scentsy. Level 2 £126.25 free Scentsy. Level 3 £227.25 free Scentsy. Okay, these are just achieved through selling or sponsoring. So they are for both, whether you want to do this as a hobby and you just happen to have a great network, or people are just loving what you're sharing. You can do it just as from a sales perspective, or you might start and think, aha, I want to do this as a business, I see a good income here, and then you might, win these just from sponsoring a few people and helping to get them going as well. We also have more ways to earn free Scentsy. We have annual mentor awards. This is where you do actually sponsor people into your business. This is where you're sharing the opportunity and you're taking people on the journey with you, okay? You're basically showing them what you do and they duplicate it. They're loving their journey, they're doing their thing. And if you can recruit and sponsor in 14 or more people, and those people in that year, so you've got a whole year to do this, achieve a certified consultant status, which is basic level, first level, which everybody pretty much does. You get £25 and 25 pence of free credit per consultant. So if you get 14 or more per consultant, if they hit certified, you get that amount of money free. If you happen to work with them and they start to team build themselves and they get to lead consultant out of those 14 people, you get £50 and 50 pence per consultant that hits lead. Can you imagine if you've got 10 of them? That's over 500 quid. Okay, so there's some real good reasons there to sponsor, because let's face it, it's a great way to share the opportunity with people, to save people money, to let them have an opportunity to improve their life, to gain all the things that we talked about at the beginning for themselves, but also it helps you financially get to the point that you want to within your dreams and your own goals. Now, Circle of Excellence, this is going kind of quite high up, but if you manage to grow your business to a level of Superstar Director and you fulfill the criteria to be in the Circle of Excellence, you actually get given by Scentsy one of the incentive trips. So it could be a cruise, it could be a safari, it could be a holiday for free. You get to just given it. You don't have to earn it, you get given it, okay? And a load more stuff. So, I mean, that is absolutely awesome. So don't allow yourself to not dream big. I know sometimes dreaming big is scary because we let the mind monkey settle in. We kind of question ourselves, can I really do it? I don't know whether I'm good enough. How long is it going to take me? But what if I can't do this? And what if I can't do that? Do you know what? Everyone that reaches Superstar Director has exactly the same thoughts. We all have those days when we question ourselves and we worry if we're good enough. We worry if we know the things that we need to know. But you know what? With time comes growth, and with growth comes results. And anything that I'm talking to you about this evening is completely attainable. It just depends on whether you want it or not. We also have Shining Star Awards, where you are voted by your peers, which is beautiful. It's all about inspiring other people, helping other people, being there as a coach or as a mentor, supporting people, supporting teams or groups, going above and beyond to really kind of show the Scentsy spirit. It's nothing to do with sales, it's nothing to do with recruiting, it's purely to do with being an amazing person, and you might get the chance to win that award. We get bonus payments on team, like I said earlier, and the further your team builds, the bigger the bonus payments Scentsy pays you. So if you think, oh yeah, I just want a couple of people, I just want to sponsor a couple of people, see how I feel, perfectly fine, okay? And you might hit lead consultant, for example, and you'll get bonus payments on your team as a lead consultant. But as you go up the ranks, and there is compensation plans, so please talk to your sponsor about these. It's a little bit confusing, but we can make it dead simple. But if you go up the ranks, the higher up the ranks you go, the bigger the bonus percentage payments that you earn on your team. So the incentive is, if you want to build a business that maybe replaces your full-time income, so you can be at home with the kids, you can work from home, then you would need to be working at selling, so you need to be working at building your customer base, but also you'd be wanting to share the opportunity, bring people into your business, but also take care of the people that are within your business, work with them, coach them, mentor them and train them so they can go out and they can expand their business, they can reach their potential too. So you're getting paid from Scentsy for doing a really good job and helping other people grow as well. It's an uncapped income. I've said this before, and it really, really is, okay? You know, when I first saw my sponsor, she came around for a cup of tea and a slice of cake. She asked me how much money I wanted to earn. And I kind of sort of sat there and I thought, oh, I don't know. I don't even know what's possible. And I was thinking, 250 quid a month. And she kind of laughed at me. She said, is that all you want to earn? I was like, well, I would like to earn a lot more, but I don't know what's possible. And she said, well, think big. Think about the biggest job you've ever had and how hard you had to work for it. Would you like to work from home but earn that amount of money, if not more? I was like, yes. She's like, well, rethink what you want to earn then. And we this is literally, I think I wasn't even a lead consultant at the time. So this was all a bit like, oh my God, is it really possible? I don't believe it. And I think we kind of hit on, initially 25k a year. And she said, absolutely achievable. And this is how you do it. And I was like, okay. So that was just me like 6 years ago thinking like what's possible. Now a lot more is possible, okay? A lot more is possible. I know people that earn a lot of money, and if you do decide to join, you will get added into our training. There is so much more. You can win branded luggage if you reach director. There's monthly sales awards if you earn over 2,000 PRV in a month. If you're a seller, if you just have an amazing customer group and everyone loves Scentsy and you sell loads, you can hit all sorts of awards just from being sales. So that's just doing Scentsy as a hobby rather than focusing on building a business. And obviously you're going to get a lot of support and cheerleading from your sponsor, from your director, from the group. And knowing that you have chosen a brand that stands alone, that doesn't have any competition. There is no competition out there. Knowing that as a direct selling brand is quite unique. And that's why we rank incredibly highly up there in the Direct Selling Association, kind of top 10, top 20 companies globally, because we have just got it right. We've got the best, the leading experts in the industry working with us, creating products, creating marketing, creating style and design and systems and processes to help us thrive as consultants. What more do you need? What more do you need? There's quite a lot of reasons to join, isn't it? Let's face it. So what next? So let me round up. What next? If you've watched me, well done for sticking with me. What do you do now? Okay, well, that's up to you. Okay, no one's going to be going, well, what do you think? Are you going to join? It's completely up to you. And one thing that I always really firmly believe in is you have got to want to do this. I don't want to pull anybody into here and kind of push you up a hill. You've got to just want to be here. You want to just be here and enjoy the products and do it as a hobby and enjoy the community. Fantastic. You want to be here just because you want to try to earn some extra money and build a business and potentially flip your life around so you don't have to go out to work. You can work from home. You can be home for the kids. It's up to you what you want to do. And because it's up to you, you have to be accountable. You have to choose what's right for you, okay? I don't do persuasion. I just give you the information and let you make your own mind up. So if you've got any questions, if you haven't already put them in, then send a message to your sponsor, send a message to the person that invited you in and say, listen, I've watched the video, I'm really interested, I've got a couple of questions, can you help me? And they will help you, okay? So that's the first thing you want to do. Then once you've kind of had your questions answered, one little bit of advice for you. Don't go asking everybody else's opinion, because do you know what? Everyone else's opinion will probably put you off, because people can be quite opinionated about things like this, and I would keep your own counsel. If it feels right to you, you make the decision, okay? And then if you make the decision that you want to join, then you've got nothing to lose, okay? Even if you buy the kit, whatever kit you buy the kit, worst case scenario, you get the kit, you join, you have a go, and you go, oh, do you know what? It's not really for me. I'm going to stay as a customer. That's the worst case, and you keep the kit. That's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is you join, you get your kit, you give it a try, you love it, you stay doing it as a hobby, or even you grow a business that completely changes your life. Okay? Either way, you're gonna win. You're gonna win. You're gonna have an experience. You're gonna discover things about yourself. You're gonna discover things about the business. And you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Why not? What is there to lose? Absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna look forward, fingers crossed, to welcoming you into the group. We have so much coming in January. So if you are thinking of join, because you're going to absolutely love everything that's coming in January. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, hang on in. I'm gonna leave this video, but hang on in, stay in the group. There's going to be videos coming up, about 6 videos in the next hour, about every 10-15 minutes. They're very short. Hang around, have a listen, see what you think, okay? Good luck. Welcome you soon.